Welcome to the home of WWE news, rumors, and gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
Did you really think you were going to go a whole day, a whole 24 hours without the brash and the brazen in giving you the fill of WWE news, rumors, speculation, gossip, hearsay? Hell no. Smackdown officially will move back to 2 hours starting next week. The Blue Brand, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the Smackdown results have leaked online. We will not be leaking the results here on WWE's Hour with Seanzviewent Entertainment. Also, the reason behind SmackDown having broadcast issues on Netflix. We're going to get into that big report. CM Punk apologizes to Saudi Arabia fans for his controversial tweet several years ago. CM Punk heavily booed at the Night of Champions kickoff show, and that forced CM Punk to say his sorries and his apologies. The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, inducted Mark Kerr into the UFC Hall of Fame last night. It was on this day in 2022 that Vince McMahon made his final WWE TV appearance by having John Cena come to the ring. I like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon is dead, but the fact is it's going to be taken over by his idiotic daughter and his doofus son-in-law and the rest of his stupid family. 14 years ago today, CM Punk left a mark in the form of a pipe bomb on Monday Night Raw. Yes, 14 years ago today. It was also on this day, we're going back in history here, on this day in 2002, John Cena made his debut in WWE 23 years ago today. Wow, now I'm feeling real old. 23 years ago today, John Cena made his first ever on-screen appearance, his debut, as he went against Kurt Angle. To think I was only like 13, 14 years old 23 years ago. Unbelievable. WWE will make history with today's SmackDown. Will air live on Netflix outside of the U.S. at 1 p.m. and on tape delay on the usual time of 8 p.m. in the United States on the USA Network. SmackDown in Saudi Arabia has officially sold out with more than 25,000 tickets distributed for the event. This impressive turnout makes it the highest attended episode of SmackDown in WWE history, setting a new benchmark for ticket sales for the Blue Brand. PW Insider has reported that Gable will undergo surgery in early July, and an update from Fightful Select, Gable and El Grande Americano will be out of action until late 2025, and it could even be more than that. Chelsea Green was recently hospitalized with a severe infection. One of the GOATs is still set to return for Evolution 2, and that being Trish Stratus. There's been a lot of rumors and speculation about Mickie James and Lita being involved or added or maybe even a cameo appearance at WWE Evolution. Now we're going to get into the massive backstage rumors and speculation and report the blockbuster insight into the Blue Brand of SmackDown and the Netflix that continues to be a detriment for the WWE. Is there going to be an exit or is it going to be a detour? WWE's latest international broadcast didn't just glitch. The entire production lost power. Now, some of you may have saw it. Some of you may have not seen it. But the June 26th edition of SmackDown, airing live from Saudi Arabia, was supposed to be another global moment for WWE's Netflix deal, according to Ringside News. Instead, fans watching internationally were hit with a brutal 30-minute outage, and now the real reason is out, according to PW Insider. The entire venue lost power, bringing WWE's production to a standstill. PW Insider can confirm that there was a power loss in Saudi Arabia, which affected WWE's entire production, including the control room and the gorilla position. WWE lost all power, and that went any ability to control the different facets of the show. They are working to get everything back online again, but it was an issue that was originating at the actual venue. While viewers were stuck with a pardon the delay message, WWE superstars kept the live crowd entertained. Cody Rhodes hyped up the Night of Champions, and Randy Orton turned the blackout into a party by yeeting with fans inside the arena. Eventually, the feed did return after 30 minutes, and Michael Cole and Wade Barrett issued an apology to Netflix viewers for the disruption. What do you think? Was WWE's handling the situation solid, or should they have been prepared for this kind of technical mess? Drop your comments and thoughts below. It all comes down to your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. As WWE scrambles after a 30-minute broadcast disaster at Smackdown in Saudi Arabia. Fightful reports that about 10 minutes into the broadcast, and of course, if you watch it tonight on tape delay, of course, that will be edited out, but it wasn't edited out during the actual real broadcast live in real time. Just like Seanzviewent does all news and rumors in real time. During the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes promo battle, international feeds froze, and even the screens inside the kingdom in Saudi Arabia went black. With thousands in the arena confused and fans around the world stuck with black screens, the WWE superstar scrambled to kill time. Roughly 25 minutes into the blackout, Cody Rhodes reemerged to entertain the live crowd. That's when Carmelo Hayes, dressed in street clothes, was brought out to confront Cody Rhodes, only to get flattened with a crossroads as part of the unplanned filter. It was also noted that while the outage ruined the international feed, the episode is still expected to air as normal in the United States tonight at 8 o'clock on the USA Network, for those of you that didn't watch the Netflix version of it. This whole mess adds fuel to concerns about WWE's live event partnership with Netflix, especially after previous streaming issues during the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Fans were already frustrated. Now they've got even more reason to question the setup. What is your take? Should WWE rethink the Netflix deal for live events, or was that just a one-off glitch? Vent in the comments section below. And again, this whole mess adds fuel to concerns about WWE's live partnership with Netflix, especially, again, after what happened, as I just read. Some would say that's actually a good thing. That means a lot of people were watching, and that would be a good problem for Netflix they can easily fix. You never know what issues you really have as a streamer until you hit max capacity or something out of your hands happens. You then find new issues you might not have known about, and you are able to address them. CM Punk jacks John Cena's Thugonomics character during SmackDown. What did you think about that? And speaking about that, what was your moment? What was the match tonight? What were you compelled? What were you entertained by? What were you intrigued by? What did you think about the blue brand of SmackDown tonight? What would you rate it? Again, we go by the weather. Was it sunny? Was it hot? Was it a scorcher? Was it boring? Was it dull? Was it rainy? Was it snowy? Was it frigid? Was it cold? What do you rate SmackDown and what you saw and what you witnessed tonight from the blue brand on Netflix and what will be on the USA Network a little bit later on? Again, what stood out to you? What struck you? What about the 30-minute delay that we got? Obviously, that put a huge kinker into the plans of the blue brand on WWE SmackDown. But again, here on Seanzview, you can always expect the unexpected because it is always going to be an experience right here on Seanzview as we try to keep your eyes glued to your screens because that's what I do and that's what I'm all about. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, closing match for WWE Night of Champions has finally been revealed online. It looks like WWE already has the ending in mind for this year's Night of Champions. Fightful Select reports that as of today, the current plan is for John Cena versus CM Punk to close the show this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. The undisputed WWE Championship match is set to cap off the premium live event, barring any last-minute changes. The showdown between Cena and Punk has been the most talked-about match on the card, and with their personal rivalry boiling over in recent weeks. Now it appears that the WWE is positioning their clash as the final moment of the night. Of course, WWE plans can change at any time, but this is the direction as it stands heading into the weekend. So you will see John Cena versus CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. The King of the Ring Finals, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. You've got Jade Cargill versus Asuka, Queen of the Ring Finals. The United States title will be on the line. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. And a women's street fight, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. So you got 6 matches. Better than 4 or 5 matches. So you got 6 matches going on at Night of Champions. Do you think the WWE sticks with this plan, or could we see the card shaken up at the very last minute? The WWE roster has a grueling travel schedule after Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. The June 27th edition of SmackDown was an interesting show with a massive delay, but the event They will stay in Saudi Arabia for the night, but there is no off-season. Although fans in the USA, haven't seen the show on television broadcast yet, the WWE Universe is ready for the Night of Champions. The WWE roster is ready to get back on to the USA land so they can perform on Monday. WWE is holding a special edition of Raw this week in Pittsburgh. The event is starting at 6, and a majority of the roster is still in Saudi Arabia. Sean Ross reported on Fightful by way of Ringside News that WWE talent are slated to take off a bit after the show for Night of Champions in order to be back for Raw and SmackDown in Pittsburgh. Night of Champion is bound to be a newsworthy event in Saudi Arabia. We now know what new king and queen of the ring will be crowned, which will change the landscape as we roll into SummerSlam. WWE Night of Champions 2025 will go down on Saturday, June 28th, and will take place in Saudi Arabia. Seanzviewent, as always, will have full coverage and analysis of rumors and news and speculation gossip going into the show, after the show, and beyond every day, multiple times a day. The Backstage reaction to MJF's return to MLW. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions on MLW and MJF. WWE is under major fire for spoiling a title change before SmackDown aired in the U.S. Again, the WWE under major fire. Spoiler on R-Truth's new direction during SmackDown. And again, we will not bring that to you here. Drew McIntyre has 3MB reunion at Jinder Mahal's wedding amid his absence from WWE. The 3MB made a comeback. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, the WWE SmackDown feed crashes on Netflix during the Saudi Arabia show, questioning whether the deal was right or whether it should be canceled or whether it should be laid off or whether WWE should go with another brand, another network, another company instead of Netflix. The rumors and the scenarios are flying around, but all comes down to your showdown for the SmackDown. Matt Riddle unloads on CM Punk for reportedly shoving away a fan. CM Punk issues a public apology for blood money tweet towards Saudi Arabia that got CM Punk enormous heat and a lot of boos and thumbs down from the WWE Universe. But CM Punk had to know that that was coming. Cody Rhodes fills time with impromptu segment during SmackDown feed outrage. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers. It would appear as if Julia took zero time to rise to the top of NXT, and that transferred to the main roster in a hurry when she was called up in Saudi Arabia for SmackDown. Julia was able to clinch her first major title. Poor Zelina Vega, viewers. Poor Zelina Vega. Also, the first look at the setup for WWE SmackDown in Saudi Arabia. Again, many of you have already seen, many of you already watched, most of you have already tuned in to watch SmackDown. Again, in Saudi Arabia and U.S. are on a completely different time, a completely different field, a completely different set of circumstances. Also, Randy Orton starts yeeting in the ring after WWE SmackDown feed crashes. Also, WWE announces late-night comedy show with Tony Hinchcliffe for SummerSlam weekend. The internal reaction to CM Punk being booed by Saudi Arabia fans at WWE United Champions kickoff. CM Punk's past with Saudi Arabia has been hanging on over him for years, and WWE knew the boos were coming today. And according to Fightful Select, WWE officials weren't caught off guard from the crowd reaction CM Punk received in Saudi Arabia. In fact, the report states that the company prepared accordingly for the situation. The boos followed CM Punk's on-air apology for his infamous 2020 tweet where he made a crude remark about The Miz, which many Saudi fans took personal. Punk used today's kickoff show to clear the air, explaining the tweet was never about Saudi Arabia, just a bad mood and a cheap shot at The Miz. Punk told the live crowd. Despite the apology, the crowd still made their feelings known, but WWE apparently expected nothing less. And again, your thoughts, comments, and your opinions. Samantha Irvin's wrestling return could be AEW bound. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, WWE newcomer spotted in Saudi for SmackDown ahead of WWE Night of Champions. Also, WWE's NXT UFC Apex residency plan moving forward with cost-cutting strategy in mind. John Cena says he is done getting angry at autograph scalpers. John Cena admits he is frustrated over losing his privacy after his fame. John Cena reveals recent stalking incident by fans seeking autographs And The Rock jokes about Tom Esserol would knock him out in 8 seconds if he ever tried MMA. Mark Henry says that WWE didn't want that smoke after releasing R-Truth from the company. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on what has been a sizzling and unpredictable, brash and brazen. We bring it to you because if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzviewent. We keep you glued to your screens because that's what I mean. Around the clock, and I will never stop for my viewers, my fans, and my subscribers to enhance you on all WWE because this is your undisputed place to be. Plenty more to come. Don't go anywhere.